So a lot of people have been coming back to YouTube, or sorry, coming back to Twitch after streaming on YouTube. Why is that? It's because their contracts ran out. Let's talk about it.
Have you been noticing this trend where people who are signed to YouTube live streaming contracts, the day their contract ends, switch right back to Twitch or start multi-streaming?
Yeah.
Because I have, and it's got me wondering, is YouTube live streaming a wash? Has it been a failure of an attempt by YouTube to compete against Twitch? And I'm not the only one thinking this. This is also a thought shared by Dan Clancy.
YouTube and YouTube Live not changing isn't because they move slow.
Nice, he follows me.
It's because YouTube Live isn't a priority for YouTube.
And that's certainly a fact, all right? YouTube Live.
I have a conspiracy theory that YouTube actually doesn't want YouTube Live to become popular because it costs too much money. And the amount of money it costs in order for them to like send out 8K resolution, 16K bitrate to a bunch of people. That guy, the guy's, who's this guy's, what's he
streaming
doing? What's he
can
doing
only
with his
grow
face?
as long as it doesn't impede on the already incredibly successful YouTube video service. If you grow YouTube live stream and that takes away some percentage of success, right? Like if you basically recommend more YouTube live streams and that keeps people on YouTube for less time because they're watching less videos because they don't enjoy the live streams as much as the videos, you have made a failed product, even if it ends up beating Twitch.
Yeah.
Because YouTube videos make so much money, and they're so
he's saying like if it cannibalizes an existing product. Yeah, true.
So popular.
That sucks.
He goes on to talk about the streamers themselves and says,
went to YouTube, man.
But your friends that went to YouTube are all coming back, Sushi.
Yes.
The funny thing is that Dan Clancy is taking the Gabe route. Do nothing and win. You're not going to change anything. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to make that. If you build it, they will come. That's it. Yep, the Gavin strat.
Yeah.
and you can see someone already adds me in this, but
Yeah,
he's
of
not
course.
wrong, right? Look, you know, when Myth ended his YouTube contract, I believe he took a break.
Yeah.
He stopped streaming on YouTube. Lily, the moment her contract ended, switched back over to Twitch.
Absolutely.
Dr. Lupo, when his contract ended, started multi-streaming. I mean, shit, Tim the Tapman today said he was going to start multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And look, his viewership is better on Twitch after 3 years, I think, on YouTube than it is right now on YouTube. That's
of
crazy.
course.
3 years.
Now we'll see how that lands, how that happens in 6 months, right, or 3 months, because obviously he just came back to Twitch, so there's going to be hype. But I was looking at Tim earlier. I don't know if he's still live, but he had 23K views or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. He had 23K, but now he has 19K. He's got even more now than he had then whenever this got recorded. Yeah, dude, Tim's killing it, man. He's doing great.
Years and nothing fucking changed. He's literally doing better on Twitch. And you might be wondering, okay, why are streamers switching back to Twitch? Well, one might be because they do better.
Yeah.
They get more viewers. Two, it's because they also make more money.
Right.
I saw someone say sub count, by the way, earlier. I didn't answer it. I apologize. I'm not making up messages here. We are at 6.3.
Crowd, our game's over.
Wait, so you have an official number?
I'm joining up.
Probably closer to 6.5, if I had to guess.
And Tim basically says he got 6,500 subs in one single stream on Twitch, and on YouTube he had 14,000 subs. So he
6,500. So if he's got the 70%, what do we even need a fucking calculator for? 6.5 times 3.5. That's a lot of fucking money, man. That's like $20,000. That's like 20,000 fucking G's right there in a day. Easy.
got almost half his subscriber count in one day. So he's going to start making more money from Twitch jobs.
It will die down. And imagine how bad it's going to be when he only makes $2,000 in a day. Fuck, bro. I think he's probably going to have to quit then. He's going to have to stop. Yeah, it's going to be over. Fell off.
He ever did from YouTube members. And I basically tweeted out this exact point. that it feels like, YouTube live streamers switch back to Twitch. And it got everyone asking, am I personally switching back to Twitch?
Yeah.
Is that what this is? And the answer is no, not at all. That's not what my tweet was. I was actually just noticing a fact. I personally have a YouTube contract that is not over yet, and I'm happy streaming.
It's like... I love what he's saying. He says, yeah, no, I'm not doing it because I still have a contract. Yeah, okay, good one.
On YouTube.
But
I do have a contract that allows me to stream on Twitch.
Yeah, he renegotiated
and I enjoy
it.
multi-streaming in the only circumstance where I find it good, which is for my events, aka like for Ludwig Streamer Games. If I just stream that on one platform, it would do a lot worse in terms of viewership than if I streamed it on multiple
Also, another reason why he's doing this, so like just this is like another like meta game thing that a lot of people might not really know because you're probably not selling events for like live streaming events or anything like this. But like exclusivity is not really the factor. It's hours watched and viewers. Advertisers are going to pay based off of these numbers here. So if you can have two platforms that have these numbers, you can get higher returns for your advertising. So that's going to be worth more to them than almost anything else. So that's the main reason.
Platforms, and also let other people
more
stream.
eyes. Yeah, of
we
course.
Peaked at 175K and averaged 134,000 viewers. That wouldn't happen if it only was on YouTube or only on Twitch.
Exactly, because he's adding these up. And like I guarantee you what probably happened, like this is probably some form of like PowerPoint presentation deck that Ludwig or his team has made to send out to advertisers so he can sell his next product. So it just makes sense for him to want to do it on both platforms.
For events, I want as many people to see the event as possible. That's all I care about. By the way, I'm a multi-streaming hater. I actually think it is a generally bad thing for creators.
Yeah.
At least creators who are trying to be like, the biggest creator in the world. I think it can be pretty good for creators who just want maybe as many eyeballs on them as possible if they're trying to spread a message or raise money for charity or doing events. I don't think it makes sense if you want to be the next Kai Cenat. You don't become the next Kai Cenat if you have 50,000 viewers on YouTube and 50,000 viewers on Twitch. You become the next Kai Cenat if you have 90,000 on just one platform and you're the biggest person on that platform.
He's right about critical mass. Yeah, he's definitely right about that. Like if you're trying to grow a lot, like for me, I feel like personally, would I multi-stream or not? I think it'd be annoying dealing with two different chats, but I don't really care that much about it. Like my focus right now is just getting my content out to as many people as possible. And I think that if I do that for a long enough period of time, that it will grow my channel in like a general sense. And I think that's what's happened. It's just the more people that see your content for longer, the more people will get used to it. And that's it. I only play numbers. Like I'm all about playing the numbers game. Ignore YouTube chat. They're too woke. I've seen the opposite.
Get richer on that platform, right? You'll grow and grow and grow and grow, and your peak viewership will be insane. It'll be a moment a lot of people talk about. It'll all be drawn to you.
He's right about this.
I think when you fracture your audience, you also fracture your peak growth, which I think is a bad thing. This is my take on it. This could be wrong. By the way, if you're new to streaming, I also don't think it's a bad thing. If you're new to streaming, you should try out both platforms. Don't marry yourself to a platform. You don't know where your audience is going to come from. But I find multi-streamers to also be bad at multi-streaming. They usually care about one chat more than the other. Anyway, I digress. Multi-streaming hater. I'm not going to start multi-streaming when my contract's done. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet. But this goes back to our initial question. Does this mean YouTube live streaming has been a failure? Is it bad? Is it a flop? Should they quit? Did they fell off? The answer, no. No, vehemently no. If you look at the most watched major streaming platforms by hours watched of live broadcasts, Q2 of this year, YouTube gaps Twitch. It's not close. 3 times bigger. 15.
YouTube is massive. I don't think people understand and respect how big YouTube is. Like, there's kids in Africa that don't even barely have internet that know what YouTube is. If you go to Walmart, most people probably don't even know what Twitch is.
Billion hours watched on YouTube versus 5 billion hours watched on Twitch.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't exactly tell the full story. Because if you look
and
at
it's
this,
also like, look at these numbers here. Twitch has been losing like viewers. Twitch has actually been going down and shrinking in the last 3 quarters. This is up 20%. This is down 11%. Obviously, I think you can attribute this increase of 20% due to probably obviously like just a natural growth curve, but also because of like all the news and elections, right? You've had like I guess this is April to June, probably not just that, but like all of like the Trump stuff and everything like that. I think that's a huge factor. And this isn't YouTube Shorts. This is just simply live streams. These are live streams on YouTube versus live streams on Twitch.
You also have to include, some people like YouTube's biggest live streamer by hours watched, which is not iShowSpeed. It is Lo-Fi Girl.
Yeah.
Lo-Fi Girl is like the biggest streamer in the world on YouTube Live because she streams every fucking day with 15 to 25,000 average viewers. I guess maybe technically she's a VTuber, but it's also weird if you are including, things like Lo-Fi Girl or videos playing.
I think that 24/7 broadcast streams that are like they're just rebroadcasting VODs. This is not really live content. It's not really the same thing.
On loop, or what there's a bunch of on YouTube
Fake
Live,
Elon Musk,
which is scams.
That's right.
In fact, one of the biggest live streams right now on YouTube is Tesla.
That's right.
Except it's not Tesla. It is a scam account with 20,000 subscribers with 86,000 bots watching to give it some credibility. So people click on it who aren't part of the bot number, and then they scan this code, and then they lose all of their crypto. Do not scan this code.
That's right.
I'm showing this as an example of YouTube's corrupt botting problem, not for you to get scammed. Okay, what if we just track actual YouTube gaming streamers, right?
Yeah.
Like actual streamers, actual people who are streaming video games. Well, then the contest becomes a lot more fair. And there's still a lot of huge streamers. I mean, look, Steak right now is live with 41,000 viewers.
Jesus, that's a lot.
That is a huge stream. He's absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't tell you guys about iShowSpeed, arguably one of the, if not the biggest streamer in the world. Maybe second to Kai. I don't know. Top 2 for sure. And if you look at that, well, that's what Stream Hatchet does. It becomes a lot more fair. All right. You can see that Twitch is still the big dog with 5 billion hours watched. This is still quarter 2 of 2024. And YouTube is at 2 billion.
Yep.
However, that is still an increase for YouTube
of
over
50%. That is massive.
For Twitch. They're gaining market share over Twitch. And again, this is just YouTube gaming. This is not any of like the political stuff or the 24/7 channels or the videos that are playing on loop and acting as live streams. This is just gaming streamers. And it is growing fast. All right. This is a bit of trouble. Twitch is on the down in a year.
I actually think the reason why Twitch has gone down is because a lot of people have moved over to, because obviously Twitch got rid of the requirement of only streaming on Twitch at the same time, and you can only stream on Twitch. So because they got rid of that requirement, what ended up happening is that people could watch on YouTube. The video quality was better. There were less ads. People are going to go to fucking YouTube. So what caused, I think, such a big increase in actual YouTube viewership actually has nothing to do with YouTube. It has everything to do with Twitch. And it's because Twitch now is allowing people to multi-stream. So there's tons of people that are streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And so the 5% are the people that were watching on Twitch and chose to watch on YouTube instead now because of a higher quality. That's the reason why. But chat is boring. Most people, chat enhances the stream for most people, but most people do not engage with chat.
Here, where live streaming is back, baby. It peaked in COVID. All right, we had 9.8 billion hours watched quarter 2 of COVID. This is 2021. It went down, and now we are coming back. In the next couple years, live streaming will likely be bigger than it was during COVID, and YouTube is part of the reason why it is growing, along a bunch of other sites. Not so much Twitch. Twitch is not really growing. which maybe isn't what you think
Even
of.
Kick is growing. That's what's really surprising about it. Yeah, Kick is growing massively.
Because culturally, everyone leaves YouTube or all these other sites like Kick to go to Twitch.
Yeah.
So where are these viewers coming from? Not America. So if I were to rephrase the question, is YouTube live streaming a failure? In America? In English-speaking countries? Kind of. Yeah, maybe a little bit. They're not doing as well as people thought they would. Across the world? Fuck no. They're doing amazing. They are crushing. And you know this is true if you watch VTubers.
This is a fucking fact. What a great example. This is so fucking perfect. Absolutely. He is completely fucking right about this. Yeah, I never thought about it like this, but this is such a great example. Yeah.
Crush on YouTube, man. Hololive, they fucking run that shit, bro. They run YouTube live streaming. That is a big section of it. In fact, all of Asia seems to prefer YouTube for a live streaming platform.
There it is.
And it makes sense. All right, one of the countries that did accept Twitch and did become huge in terms of like including Twitch into their culture was South Korea. And then Twitch abandoned South Korea.
Oops.
So, you know, not a lot of money being put into Asia for Twitch or by Twitch. Yeah. But YouTube, they crushed there, right? So Vietnam is one of the biggest countries for YouTube live streaming. Indonesia is one of the biggest countries.
I have no idea about this.
Japan, of course, with all the VTubers. And now South Korea is becoming incredibly popular because Twitch has abandoned them there. And when you think of the biggest live streamers in the world, if you're so America-centric, you might think it's one of these four, right? Maybe LCS right now, maybe Asmon or XQC. But right now, I think the biggest streamer in terms of average viewers right now is Mixie Gaming, who is a Vietnamese streamer who streams on Nemo TV. He has 130,000 viewers. He has more than the three streamers.
Damn, bro, he's cooking. What's he doing? He's playing Black Myth Wukong.
Just mentioned combined. So when you leave the American or English-speaking sphere, you understand where YouTube live streaming is thriving. And I know that wasn't a YouTube live streaming example, but I think it shows my point.
He beat the game?
Not everything is actually happening on Twitch.
Off.
And YouTube live streaming isn't as bad as people make it out to be. All right? I know it is vastly preferred by lurkers. People who never type in chat, which is most people who watch live streams, love YouTube Live.
That's right.
Because the player is way better. And because they don't interact with chat, they don't care that the chat experience is worse.
That's right.
They're able to pick up where they left off in the VOD, rewind easily to catch up to a moment, and it works just like YouTube, which everybody watches. Chatters vastly prefer Twitch because the Twitch chatting experience is way better. All right? There's a culture there.
You're right.
And because chatting is better, streamers also tend to prefer Twitch. Again, this is just in English-speaking countries. Streamers tend to prefer Twitch because they like when chat is happy because that makes their lives better because all they do is read chat. Another big buff YouTube live streaming has, though, is peak viewership.
It's crazy that these other guys from the other parts of the world are popping off. Like, I always thought this was cool. Like, seeing, like, people from Japan, like Pekora. I remember she had, like, over 100K viewers, like, playing Final Fantasy. Like, whenever that first started popping off, like, that was nuts, man. Like, it's good to see it happening because, like, again, it's about making it the World Wide Web, right? I feel like it's one of the best things about the internet that, we all forget is we're all in it together. But you can go watch this guy if you want, right? You can be part of another culture just like that. It's insane. We back. Sorry about that. Is that a plushie behind the chair? Yeah, it is.
Big moments, big cultural moments, things that you had to be there for, things that you want to fucking talk about the next day, oftentimes happen on YouTube. All right? Because there's an algorithm there. Once you start to gain viewership, it gets recommended to a shit ton of people. And if you look at the channels with the highest peak viewers, it is not eBay at number one. It is
one plus India. Yeah.
Plus India during the Indian elections last year, peaking at almost 10 million viewers. Kaze TV peaked at 6 million a couple of years ago on YouTube, right?
Yes, you're right. The country with 1.2 or 3 billion people couldn't manage to get 10 million people watching there at 1.4. Okay. Couldn't manage to get 10 million concurrent viewers for their election. You really? Really? You think it's bots? Do the math.
They announced some new products, 3.6 million. Law and Crime, I think this might have been the Johnny Depp trial with 3.5 million. Sidemen with a charity match, 2.6 million. In fact, most peak viewership all time in live streaming space comes from YouTube, not from Twitch.
Fuck, I'm not even a top.
Right? Because Twitch isn't
100
good at getting a huge amount of people to watch one live stream.
We need to do an event on YouTube. We need to do some kind of crazy shit. We need to have like a. Oh man, fell off. I know. We need to have like a. Maybe we should have. We gotta do something real crazy. Maybe a human sacrifice. Something like we gotta really talk to Mr. Beast, figure something out. Yeah, that's my best idea. Bum fights? No. It's got to be a sacrifice or something like that. Coliseum, yeah. Clean the house. Yeah, yeah. Play Dustborn.
They're good at getting people a high average viewership for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Which
you also make more money on Twitch, by the way. This is like a fact. I don't know if Ludwig's going to talk about this, but like per viewer, like you make way more money on YouTube or sorry, on Twitch.
Honestly, isn't a bad thing. It works for most people who do more chill streams. But if you are a streamer who does like big events, 2-hour streams that a lot of hype shit happens, people like I Show Speed who go to a country and you're going to watch because some crazy shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
YouTube is a perfect place to be. In fact, just last week, Minato Aqua, who is a VTuber, had an insane amount of viewership. You might think the biggest live streaming of the past week was Kai and Speed doing their
bro. Like, you think Kai and Speed can go up against an anime girl? No.
Minecraft run. I think they peaked at like 700,000 viewers combined. Aqua with her graduation stream from HoloLive peaked at 735,000.
Graduation is when they stop streaming. It's like them quitting streaming. I know it doesn't make sense, and so.
1,000.
Yeah.
All right, and that happened on YouTube. I do not think that would have happened on Twitch.
That's nuts.
I do not think she would have had as many viewers peak if that had happened.
Yeah.
This does not mean that YouTube live streaming is better than Twitch by any means, but there are pros for it.
There's pros and cons, yeah.
There are pros for it. There are also cons.
That's
there
right.
are some big cons, actually. One of them being the fact that you cannot stream longer than 12 hours. It is pretty apparent that we are in a marathon meta, all right? People stream for very long periods of time because you build a bunch of viewers in a category.
Yeah.
More people end up watching you. You get more peak viewers overall.
Fuck
and
that,
it's something that
by
I've been
the
doing
way.
for a long
Fuck
time.
that.
But it doesn't work as well on YouTube. And when Kai has started doing it, it fucking crushes. And the Minecraft thing I just started talking about, he peaked at 381,000 viewers. All right?
That's a lot.
But he was doing it with Speed. Speed peaked at 351,000, which is not too far behind.
That's right.
But you might notice throughout the stream, his marathon stream, there's just severe drop-offs in viewership. And the reason for that is because YouTube does not let you stream longer than 12 hours. So all of these VODs are cut off at 11 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, after 12 hours, if you continue to stream...
So Speed's getting nerfed, basically.
This stream is no longer available to watch.
Yeah.
You can never watch the VOD back. In fact, you can't even download the VOD back.
That meta is horrible, to be honest.
Oh,
I'm very much not a fan of the long stream meta. I like the idea of a really good, high-quality 3 to 5 hour stream, and then you're done. Like, with maybe, like, some gaming tacked on at the end, where it's like you just get to hang out with everybody later on. Very, very much a fan of that. I think that's a much higher quality experience. It's healthier. Yeah, obviously, I know a lot of guys. Queso does that. Yeah, he's definitely making the right call. Queso only does 4 hours. Yeah, smart guy. Very smart guy.
Tried to stream Elden Ring in one sitting, and my local recording failed, and I asked YouTube for the VOD, and they said you can't get it. They eventually got it to me after like a lot of fucking tech behind the scenes in like 720p or something. Thank you to the YouTube tech people for that. But that shit sucks, man. That shit sucks. All right, I streamed 58 hours, and the viewership falls off a cliff. I will never get another viewer, not one more, for that entire live stream that I did.
Yeah.
Even though you can upload 24 hours of a fireplace. Why can't I stream 13 hours, but a fireplace can stream?
I think Ludwig brings up a really good point here, and it's like an unnecessary L that YouTube is taking. And I think the only way that you could explain why this is happening is that YouTube is doing this to avoid having to pay server hosting for a longer period of time, because having this filter stops people from rebroadcasting over and over. That's the only way I can logically assume that YouTube is doing this, other than the fact that maybe they're just lazy. That's the only way I can guess.
24, I don't get it. You can also have a 100-hour timer video. Why? Why can't I stream? Let me stream longer. Maybe just verified creators are allowed to stream up to 50 hours.
That's smart. See, that's what he should do. That's perfect. Yeah.
Something like that. All right. Do you know how big Speed's stream would have been if it didn't have to be broken into 10 parts?
True.
The final video would have like fucking 40, 50, 60 million views. That shit would be crazy. But YouTube doesn't let you do that. And I think YouTube is still technically too far behind Twitch for it to compete with English-speaking audiences. And it is making a lot of streamers in the English-speaking space switch over back to Twitch. And elsewhere in the world, they're crushing because Twitch is not competing in those areas.
Yeah, they're not that big.
They're struggling in those areas or just leaving them entirely. But as far as English-speaking world, yes, YouTube live streaming a bit of a flop. What will I do when it's time for my contract to end? Well, stick around in this channel and you'll find out. All right, thank you all for watching.
He's going to go back to Twitch, guys.
And see you later. Goodbye now, everybody. Goodbye. Hopefully that answers the question. All right, see you later. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Subscribe.
I think that what he's going to do, if I had to guess, what's Ludwig going to do?
Have you been noticing that?
He will probably multi-stream. I think that's what he'll do. He'll probably multi-stream. Because I think that's smart. He'll go to, you think he's going to go to Kick? Bro, Ludwig ends the YouTube sponsorship and immediately goes to Kick to start gambling. Slot streams for 25 hours straight. Man, that's a good idea. He's spoken against multi-streams too much to do so. Well, he's spoken against it inside of context that might not apply to his situation. So, like, I mean, there are a lot of times, like, yeah, he said it's bad, but there's also instances where it's good. I mean, it's the same with anything else. He already promoted the gambling website before. Oh, did he? I don't know. Why aren't you multi-streaming? Because I don't know what the rules on YouTube are, and I'm worried about getting automatically flagged. That's actually the reason why, because YouTube has different copyright detection. So I would be worried about getting in trouble for that. Otherwise, I would multi-stream. I have no problem with multi-streaming, etc. Destiny does it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should ask him, ask some of the other guys. I have no idea. I know Charlie does it too. Tim's doing it now. There's a lot of people that are doing it. So yeah, YouTube song DMCA is wild. It is. And I don't want to take that risk with, of course, my main channel. So yeah, you have podcasts today or no? No, I do not. I do not have podcasts today. So that's why we're going to play Black Myth Wukong. But yeah, why bother? I think people are allergic. Do you think people are allergic to watching on Twitch? No, I actually think that a lot of people enjoy watching on Twitch. I think that Twitch is the more popular platform, to be honest. For me at least, for live streaming. I actually don't know how many viewers I would get. If I went live on my Asmongold TV account, I don't know how many viewers I would get. Would it be 10,000? Would it be like 3,000? Would it be like 50,000? Like, I have no idea. Like, I really have, I have no clue, because like the channel is really, really pop. Like we get like, I'm not going to try to like fucking, you know, like, but the channel is like extremely fucking popular. Like, there's a reason why everybody's talking about me on Twitter all the time. It's because I put out videos. I put out like 5 videos a day. Multiple videos get over 500,000 views. Like, we are fucking farming. And that's on one channel. We have multiple channels. We have three or four channels. So yeah, that's the biggest one, to be fair. But still, yeah. I think 150K for first time, it dropped to 50K. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I don't know. Hassan and Pokey tried, and it flopped massively on YouTube, 6K and 2K average, respectively. Yeah, but it takes time to build that up. Also, Hassan has a different YouTube strategy than I do, right? Hassan still does my old YouTube strategy, and he hasn't really, like, because I don't know how, but, like, for whatever reason, like, he didn't have the same problem that I had, where, like, my editors were getting demonetized, and so I had to make an official channel, because Hassan just says, I don't want to fucking deal with this. Upload whatever you want from my channel, make money from it. That's great. I'm good. And like, that's fine. Like, that's what I used to do too. And let me think about for Pokimane, I don't know like really what she uploads on YouTube and like what her content is. So like Hassan doesn't have like a centralized like base of operations on YouTube in the same way that like my streams do right now at least. And so yeah, shorts are probably going crazy. Well, like you can look at some people that do really well with shorts. Like obviously Thor does insanely well with shorts. Like he has, I think, some of the best shorts on the entire fucking platform, right? It's not even a question. He's so good at it. And so there's definitely that. But also you have people like Imru is fucking farming with shorts. She does so well with shorts. And you know who else is doing it? Is Nick. Nick does so well with shorts. He even does well. I get recommended Nick Instagram reels. And so, yeah. Kai has really good shorts. See, I don't get recommended Kai shorts. I don't know why. I never do. And yeah, shorts don't generate a lot of money. They don't. Shorts don't make a lot of money. But they generate a lot of, Nick is big on TikTok too. Yeah, good for him. How well does steak and eggs do? It's like very hit and miss for us. Yeah, your video length is 30 to 45 minutes, perfect for dinner time. No, like my channel, like I'm very happy with where I am. Like from my perspective, I would be fine multi-streaming. I'm okay with any of that. I feel like right now, like I'm in a really good place and I'm super happy with like where I stand as a content creator. You know, like I've been growing, I feel like very steadily over the past, like I'd say 5 years, especially since 2020. And I've had like setbacks and obviously things have happened, etc. And like moving to another channel, etc. But in general, I'm very happy. And I've made a lot of like kind of pretty big risks. And I've done a lot of things in like my, I guess you could say, career that a lot of people have tried and they've pretty much failed on, right? Like I transitioned from playing only like I was basically only playing a video game, like playing WoW, like making guides about WoW, to making like entertainment content about WoW. And then I basically just made a stream that WoW was the background for. And then I transitioned away from just playing one game to playing multiple games. And then I transitioned into doing like more social content. And then I transitioned to playing all games. And now I'm transitioning. I do like gaming media, social stuff. Like obviously I'll watch political stuff every once in a while. I don't really want to like, I try not to go like heavy into politics, right? But like if a big topic happens, of course I'll comment on it, etc. And so like, I feel like I've done really well. I've transformed. Yeah. And it's been it's been a pretty crazy, like I'd say few years, right? So you're a trans person? I'm a trans YouTuber. I'm a trans content creator. So yeah. It's also because you're a straight shooter. You don't tiptoe around things. Well, the reason why I don't do that is because other people do it. Like, I have no problem talking around things or whatever and like trying to be polite about it. But I think that a lot of people are tired of euphemisms and soft language. I think it's boring for a lot of people and it's tiresome to hear. It's very diverse. Well, like my YouTube channel too, like here's another big interesting thing, is that like if I actually look at my YouTube channel, the amount of actual subscribers that I have for my YouTube channel for the amount of views that I get on my YouTube channel is extremely low. Like if you look at like my average viewership, I have very low subscriber to viewer ratio. And the reason why, I'll tell you why. What is that problem? Why is that? It's because I cover so many different topics. Like there are so many different things that I'm talking about, whether it's like, you know, this is politics, this is social stuff, this is a video game thing, this is a 3-hour playthrough, this is some fucking DEI garbage game, this is some hype game, this has 1 million views, right? And so, and some of the videos are like, this is a 3-hour video, it's got 600,000 views. So it's like people that are watching for a Star Wars Outlaws playthrough might not be watching for my opinions on the trial that's happening in France with like the guy in, what's it called? The guy from Telegram. And so because I create such diverse content and there's so many different things that I cover, guess what happens? A lot of people subscribe for one thing, but they get things they don't want. and then they unsubscribe, but they keep watching the videos. And that's what matters. I'd rather have 100 million viewers than 100 million subscribers. So that's how I see it.